Hello everyone, IndieVoice here, and today we're going over a game called A Plague's Tale Requiem. This is the final of the series of A Plague's Tale. If you haven't played Plague's Tale Innocence, to summarize what Plague Tale Innocence storyline is in general, is it focuses on the main character Amicia, who in her early teens was living in a own little town in early years of the Hundreds Years' War, as a daughter of a powerful French lord. Her brother Hugo has long suffered a mysterious illness that has kept him isolated from the rest of the estate. Their mother has worked hard to cure him with no success. Just to know, her mother is pretty much a well-known alchemist, and she is the one that's been looking for a cure to cure Hugo of his illness. But one day, a group of soldiers from the Inquisition stormed their house, accusing the De Runes, which is Amicia's family, of heresy and murdering everybody in sight. Only Amicia and Hugo seem to escape, and very quickly realize they have to avoid not just the Inquisition, but the personal vendetta against them, but also the English soldiers invading France and the swarm of rats spreading like the Black Death throughout Europe. Continues from that point on. This game brings emotion to the gamer, hoping that this will be the time the main characters will be able to find peace from the madness they were dealing with the increasing amount of bloodthirsty rats and the Inquisition hot on their tail to get the power of the Prima Macula to themselves, aka gaining Hugo to go completely mad and release his entire death amongst this land. And there's a lot that you can see throughout this entire amazing experience after playing this game for 17 hours, and if you're going to go full completionist, it's pretty much now leading to 25 to 26 hours. I can tell you that the developers of the Asobo Studios, I hope I pronounced that right, did an amazing job bringing the final conclusion to the Plague Tale series. Seeing the vast differences between Innocence and Requiem on graphics, character, development between Amicia, Hugo, and Lucas, going through these blood-soaked battlefields and disease-filled cities, but now in Requiem you see a darker, more grim-filled world with these characters that are trying to survive throughout the constant destruction, chaos, bloodthirsty rats, Inquisition, all that type of stuff is following them. And you see how the character progression for each and every one of these characters is constantly growing. Like, you see most of them now questioning their humanity. Some of them are questioning what I am doing is right or wrong, or others are trying to figure out what they can do to save their friends without trying to kill them, or worse, or otherwise turn tail on them or leave. There's a lot of things that go amongst this entire game. By pointing out Hugo, he has gone through a lot of changes. Even though he's just a boy of the age, I'm guessing at least 8 or 9, has constant changes throughout the entire story. In certain situations, if you look at this one with Hugo here, at this point, he is seeing all the destruction and chaos happen because of all the rats. And every time he sees this, he says, this is all because of me. This all happened because I've been here. Or other times, you see that Hugo's mood and personality is slowly changing throughout the entire story, feeling the Macula go throughout his body, changing his entire personality, thought process, and literally erasing his entire person little by little with each time of the story, and seeing the veins get darker and darker each time. Then looking at the next character, Amicia, the one that you're playing majority throughout the entire game, is questioning herself whether what she's doing is right or wrong, killing people left and right with her sling, and it didn't matter who she killed along the way, but as long as it saves her brother. But throughout the game, you realize in her character development that she is constantly questioning herself, having these phases of getting all bloodthirsty, a lot of other things that you'll notice throughout her long journey of protecting Hugo as being the protector, and he is the one that carries the Prime Macula. It took a while to go through this entire game, listening to the characters, seeing how they're constantly questioning, traveling, seeing the constant destruction, chaos, blood, tons of deadly bloodthirsty rats that are every single corner of the entire area, the Inquisition that want to use Hugo to gain all the power. These are just a couple of things you'll notice throughout playing A Plague's Tale Requiem. You meet a lot of extra characters along the way, the ones that help you throughout the journey. There's a lot throughout this game that you realize on how power can change an entire person, such as when Hugo and Amicia finally get to the island along with Argo, get to the island, and they see that this is sort of the dream that Hugo saw with this island, and that these people believe in the Child of Embers. They did a lot of research on this Child of Embers to see if he actually found a cure, when in reality this was a very made up religion that had one person from the Inquisition that decided to live a peaceful life lied to his wife to create this just to help her cure from her mental state that was going down the drain. With that, created the Child of Embers. Seeing that the Child of Embers was actually the first person who had the Macula in the first place, but was sealed away in the deepest part of this island, lived there to suffer, just slowly evaporate from existence, sealed away and separated from his protector that was supposed to help him feel more relaxed, because the Macula is deeply controlled and connected to their emotions. So without your protector there to help the person that has the Macula, it will start going out of control. So the angrier the person gets, the more the rats will start coming out more and more and destroying everything in the island. Thus brings with Hugo, with him losing control of his powers after seeing family members die and friends, and all that goes to his head, which releases a very destructive and the world ending type of thing happening. So there's a lot in this game that you can experience. There's even an idea that I had about a Plague's Tale Requiem, which was the good and evil system, which allows to change the way the ending will go about during your actions. Like, for example, Mass Effect with their Paragon and Renegade, tons of other games that use the same system that, that could be something that could easily change how this game can have a different type of ending. They could have used this as if you don't kill anybody throughout the entire game, unless the game is forcing you to at those undodgeable moments, or in certain situations where you go straight killing every single soldier throughout the entire game, the game can become more dark and more gruesome. But there's many ways that they can go about this. Hopefully they don't make a third one, because this is a perfect way to end a series. I understand it kind of tells why that there could be a possibly third one, especially with how this goes about anyone that gains this throughout Hugo's ancestry. So any kid or child can have this Macula any other time. But hopefully it ends right there. But thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this game has interested you into playing a Plague's Tale Requiem. If you're going to get this game, please make sure to get Plague's Tale Innocence so you understand how this all came to be where it is now. And then when you get Plague's Tale Requiem, please enjoy this game. It's really good. It's really well designed, great storytelling, and it's something that is really fun to explore on how gruesome this game can get. Pretty much a lot of gore and violence and a lot of other things. But anyway, if you want to see a shorter version of this game, check out my other review. It's like pretty much only 3 minutes. It explains the summarized version of the entire game. This is the longer version of the review here, where I'm talking about how I felt about every single experience and summarizing a good majority of this. I don't want to spoil too much of this game, but I am just going to point out several things that did happen throughout my experience. This is a really good game. Check it out for the PS5, PC, and I think it's also for the Xbox, and hopefully we'll see you on the Switch soon. But thank you for liking this video, share amongst friends and those that are looking for new games.